So I'm shrinking the fenders. Midas Touch. What I've done, you can see I took 3/4 inch tape, doubled it up. I was wanting to get rid of an 1.5 inches. I got rid of an 1.5 inches. What I want to do is put the two pieces together now. I'll kind of grind the edges to a V, line it up, kind of clamp it together, and then I'll glass it. So we're going to prep it next. Ground my V into it. So I got a little notch right there, sanded it a bit. I got some metal square tubing underneath. You can kind of see that, I think, where it's clamped down there. Holding it all square. I'm going to go ahead and put a little strip right along that. And then I'll put a wider strip along that. And once that's all glassed together, I'll turn it over. Kind of grind it in a little bit, put a little glass on top, and do some body work. We should have a little bit narrower fender. I mixed up some fiberglass, pretty much all there is to it. Get it wet and make sure you dab all the air out of it. So I will go ahead and start dabbing away here. I have a first layer in. You can see it's all dabbed out pretty good. My next one I made a little bit wider. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set that in on top of it. So you can see the glass is actually a little bit red more than the others. It'll turn more of that greener, yellowish color once it dries. There's a red dye in it. A vanishing red is called. It helps you mix it up and get it right. So pretty much, thanks to Robin and the Midas T, we will now offer an in-between size fender. So we'll have three sizes of this style fender. What I'm going to do, I'm going to build a mold off of this, I think, and probably build 2 new parts. This part will be good enough to be a part, but I'm going to use it for a plug to build a mold off of. So we'll build the mold real quick, pull a couple parts off of it. But before we do that, I'll give it to Daryl so he can mock up the metal work, because that's going to take him a little while. So get the fenders on the body, on top of the wheels, and we can, as soon as we get the fenders made, we can bond them onto that and get them painted. So my glass is dry. Usually takes, to get it this hard, I give it at least an hour. You can kind of tell, but you don't. It stays a little, not soft but pliable. So this is hard now. You can kind of see how I had it. I took the straight edges. I used 3/4 square tubing and clamped it on. That way I've got a straight line across here. So now I'm going to grind this, and I don't think I'm going to glass it. I think I'm just going to do some body work on it, because we're going to make a plug off of this and build new parts. So I like that width. I might go take it over and see what it looks like before I actually finish it, but I'm pretty happy with what I got. Much nicer. I like it much nicer. It's on there. Pretty good. Oh, there we go. Daryl's got mocking it up. We kind of get a rough look at what it's going to look like. But for now and forevermore, anybody that wants a flared rear fender for their T-bucket, it'll fit more of a 10-inch wide or something like that wheel, can thank Robin and the Midas Touch, because there it is. So this one here is way too wide. You can kind of see it here. We'll compare them all together. See how much more narrow that one is. So now we have 3 different sizes. And potentially, if you wanted to have wider tires on the front and massive tires on the back, and then there you go, you got this pair. Or if you want a little skinnier on the front and a little wider on the back, you got that pair. Or if you want same tires front and back, I guess it wouldn't look bad with those, 4 of those. So I'm gonna get that mocked up, and before we build the mold, I think you can go ahead and build the framework, and then we glue the fender on afterwards.
The tire size that he's going to use.
But we're gonna leave those. It's gonna be like that. Different. Okay. It's gonna be a chrome smoothie, but it'll be that right what you see there. Yeah. And then we'll use that one to mock up the other one.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can get them mocked up, and I'll get the mold. I'll go over there and start working on that today. Cleaning this up, I got other stuff to do up there.
Okay.
All right, so Midas Touch going to get the Darrell touch
Back
here
on the
pretty
shelf.
soon. Yeah. So we do a little bit of body work next. Make sure it's going to be straight. I'll go around the edges, get the lip nice. I'm going to put a polyester primer on it. So next step, sand the Bondo, maybe 2 coats, but I think I'll definitely get it in 2 coats, not 3, maybe pinhole on the 3rd one. All right, so after the first coat of Bondo, you can not only feel, but you can kind of see what it looks like. You can kind of see this side was a little bit high, so I straightened it. You got Bondo there, and there's a line. This side over here was a little bit higher than that side, so you can kind of see that line, but it feels pretty good. Put another coat of Bondo. A lot of people will just be blocking with a block, and you hear, oh yeah, you can't make it straight unless you got a block. I've been doing it quite a long time. I can make something pretty darn straight with a DA. So if you can do it, it doesn't matter what tool you use to get it done, but it's got to be straight. Straight may not be the best word, but when I look at this and it's shiny, and if I'm looking into the light and I'm seeing ripples going through it, not good. It may be rounded somewhat or rounded this way, especially. That's kind of straight across that direction. You know, and every line is going to be a little bit different, but when you look at and move like that along the, whether it be the sun or a light or whatever, you can see the reflection. That's what's going to tell you whether it's straight or not. But before that, you can see, use your eyes, you can see where that was high on that side, low on that side, high there, low there. Not bad though, I don't have a lot of Bondo there, but that was the edge. When I spread it the next time, one more coat, and this is pretty close right now. I'm going to go around the edges, and that'll be that. All right, so I've got it all ready. I've got it all sanded. Everything is good. I'm going to actually use feather fill on this. It's a polyester primer. Gel coat is polyester. That way I can just take this thing and I'll put a really good coat on. This thing, feather fill, builds really well. And then I can sand it, and I can wet sand it. I can get it down to 600 and buff it, wax it, and I can just pull mold right off of this. So we'll just go ahead. Although I believe this stuff is nasty, the overspray is not good. So I better turn the exhaust fan. I'm in the body shop area, and do this with 2 hands. All right, so I have definitely piled on the primer. I've got probably a pint of primer on here. I'm not worried about it shrinking long term. All we're going to do is get this thing prepped, block it out, make it nice, buff it, make it really nice so that when I pull a part out of the mold, it's going to be the shape I want, and everything is going to be straight and good. And then if it shrinks over the years or whatever, I may keep the plug for just because, or I'll have the mold. If we take care of the mold, I'll never have to build another one. So anyway, thanks to Robin and the Midas Touch, we now have a small, medium, and large swoopy fender. All right, so you're gonna hear him squeal because I just turned his fan off.
It must be broken
It must be broken.
for it to shut off.
So it's the car with no name. We got headlight stanchions
Yep.
and a pitman arm.
Yeah, we smoothed them
And they'll be cleared tomorrow, cleared tonight, and painted
Yeah,
and putting on tomorrow.
yep. They look good. It's a nice car.
Well, cool.
Everybody's liking the red and the tan.
So Ed, get her done. Are you gonna show me what we did on the on this 34 out here? Corey's Pro Street 34. I cannot remember the name. Something, unstoppable, unthinkable, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's not even Show me. It's looking good.
Yeah, we got everything.
Does the door fit?
Yeah, they fit good.
Oh, sure.
Shut open.
Probably falls right off when you open it.
Yeah.
Barely latches.
Yeah, they open and shut real nice.
Real nice. Okay, so we got that. Let's see the trunk.
Yeah.
This is our 34 Pro Street. We got the Pro Street floor in there. Opens nice. There you go. Pro Street.
Yeah.
Go put a little
Got
primer on
checked
it.
out. Yeah, it needs a little primer.
And that latch.
Yeah, it latches good. You get the double click. Pretty good.
Man, let's get close so we can hear that.
Yeah. So it
Are you
shuts.
sure it fits right?
It fits good.
Fits good. How about the door? Can we see the door?
Yeah, there.
I got this one on a rotisserie. It's ready for the show. Excellent.
It shuts nice and easy.
So next we need to talk loud because the compressor's
Oh,
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
It shuts nice
And
and
move
easy.
on. Move on to the next project.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, part of being DIY is give Daryl a hand. We get used rear ends a lot of times. We do a lot of 9-inch brand new ones. We're going that way. So you just cut the brackets off. Sparks, that's always fun. But you can just take an old rear end, cut the brackets off, and put new ones on. We'll sandblast it. So part of my DIY is giving Daryl a hand today. So after a little bit of grinding, it comes off pretty clean. So I haven't done this for a long time. I don't know how many years it's been since I cleaned up a rear end. It took about maybe an hour and a half. That's giving Daryl a head start on this one. He's got so much other stuff to do. So I'm gonna have this one and a couple, 3 other ones go into the the sandblasting booth tonight. So once we get the brackets on, you can kind of see these are all S10 rear ends. That other one was an 8.8. They just get welded on, and not a big deal. It's time to go home, but before I do, I better clean up Daryl's area. This is the remains of what I had to clean up off of that 8.8 rear end, and definitely this is not my spot, so I want to keep it clean for Daryl.